So I first got to know Lupe. I put on, as Rio Ruby County Economic Development, we put on a leadership training program about 4 or 5 years ago. And we had a group of up-and-coming leaders, and Lupe was there as well. She attended that program, and you can see her passion. And that passion continues on to this day. And it's infectious. Then you can see people rallying around her. You come here to this compound and you see, the dedicated folks that share that passion. She's an inspiration, and she ignites others along in that direction. And this is why it's so important. As a county official, lots of times there's this misunderstanding that, the county has to solve these issues and these problems. And there aren't enough resources or enough staff or hours in the day for the county to do much more than just work on the margins. It's not till community members start getting involved in the process. And really, community members have more impact than government officials. It's when community members move on something, then the government starts to come in and help and augment. But without the community members involved in the process, not much will get done.
I've known Lupe for a long time, for a very long time. I met Lupe in probably in the early 2000s. I was addicted to drugs for 11 years, from 2001 to 2012. In my early years of addiction, I was friends with Lupe's son, as a matter of fact, and we would show up at Lupe's house from time to time to go rest, sometimes to go eat.
Barrios Unidos was birthed out of the frustration I had when my son, at a very young age, went to jail and came out a heroin user, and falling through the systems of the judicial system, and because of addiction, I went back to school to see what I could learn, because I was being seen, but I wasn't being heard. And the programs we have at Barrios are, we're considered a drop-in center, peer-led. We have our Querencia project, which consists of our grandparents raising grandchildren. And this is holding the space for our loved ones to get the support that they need, so that we could have reunification of family, of core family. And so we have our support group. It takes us a few days to get ready for it, and then distributions on Wednesday. Not only we have 25 grandparents, but we have 45 grandchildren. And the ideal goal is to help allow them tools, allow them healing, so that they can change their story. And so we also have peer support, one-on-one. We do the NADA protocol, the 5 points of the ears. We do the seeds. We have food distribution. Twice a month we get a food truck. During the week, if people haven't come, they come for their box. We have clothes that people donate, and we give it away. Everything that we do at Barrios is to be of support. We have AA on Saturday mornings, and they meet outside in the front where the picnic tables are, and it's a pretty big group. They just started probably close to 2 months ago, or a month and a half ago. So I'm really glad that they're able to come out there. They wear their masks. There's a few different tables, so they socially distance. And then our NA is in the evening, and that's been slow to get go, but so was the AA. It's just, we just have to be patient.
I had been working at other places. When I got here, Lupe constantly had food every day for us, for me as an employee, for her family, for the volunteers that would come when they would come daily, every other day, for people that would just walk in that were, maybe not even hungry. They would just walk in, and she would offer food right away, start making plates, and it's an awesome place.
Well, as we came to know Barrios Unidos was really through, the work we were doing in the lower Appalachia Arroyo. So, obviously for a number of years, people have known that spiritual healing is needed everywhere, particularly in Chimayo. So, we started hearing about Barrios Unidos because I think Lupe came over to what's called our camp to kind of see what we were doing, because we were really active from the period of 95 to 015. And so we kind of ran, not so much a Barrios Unidos type outfit, but we really ran what we might call, as you and I know, a powwow camp. So we had a sweat lodge, we have a teepee, we do prayer, and we're working in our neighborhood that's between the apple shed and here, and trying to help kids in the summer kind of get out of their highly pressurized environments, come into the 5 acres of bosque down to the river and really have childhood memories of running around at summer camp. So we were really running a summer camp for kids, but with kind of a spiritual healing focus and some recovery focus.
I enjoy volunteering at Barrios Unidos with the roperos. People donate a lot of clothes, furniture, and since I've been out of work, since the COVID, I volunteer. I come and help them clean, organize clothes by sizes. I like to spend a lot of time here, any chance I get. So I enjoy working with Lupe. The most thing I really enjoy is coming here and eating their wonderful meals that Linda cooks and Lupe brings, and all the love, open doors, open hearts, a lot of we're blessed. We're blessed with Lupe and the program. Really helps a lot of people. I just enjoy it, and the people around us, they're very friendly, very respectful. She gets a lot of good clients that come in, and it's a very, very warm place to be. And I thank Lupe for all she does.
I'm raising one of my grandsons, which he's daily here. He's a volunteer. He's 4 years old. And the minute we walk in, he always asks, Grandma, you need to sign my name in because I'm a volunteer. I say, okay. So he works daily here with us. He's my little messenger as well. When I need send a Lupe a message, I'll write in a paper and he runs and takes it to Lupe, comes back with an answer.
And I am raising 2 grandkids. One is 15 and this one here is 10. Plus, like her mother is involved with drugs, and they don't want to realize that they need the help. They're just out there. And I have a grandson, he's in jail, and because of drugs. And I'm trying to bring them to this program, but they don't realize that they need it. So I appreciate what Lupe does. She invites us with my granddaughters and helps us with the food, helps us with the clothes and everything that we need. So this Brazos Unidos program is very helpful to us.
Barrios Unidos is here because of that frustration of broken links that we had. There was a time where you didn't even talk about addiction. That was like a bad thing for family, and addiction can happen to anybody. The quilt is a tool in our toolbox, and the quilt was designed to be a healing tool for individuals that were struggling to be able to even have dialogue of how an individual passed away, to begin that healing within self, for family, for community. But if we can't even talk about how an individual passed away, that is another type of sickness. And so the blanket is about not forgetting and, keeping their memory alive. Our newest endeavor is to fix the Torreon out there so that the second level we could have a telescope. I think that would be nice for people to, to expand what they know, and people know so much. We've just been sick for a while. So to celebrate recovery, I think it's something that's needed to be done, to shout it from the highest building, that recovery happens.
Groups like Lupe, and there are other groups, OI Recovery, and now Darren's Place coming into play. I just saw Ralph Martinez walk into the room, another community member. It's so critical to get that momentum moving. Honestly, government kind of follows those leaders and then lends that support, and that's how things get done. As a matter of fact, there's been a study in the past, the ABC model of economic development, asset-based community development. They did an analysis. They went to literally thousands of doors, knocked on those doors and said, tell me something that's happened positive in your community and tell me how it happened and who did it. And the answer was never, well, this elected official or this government official. It was some Lupe, it was some...
Having a facility like Barrios Unidos in our community where they have understanding and they show compassion and they show love for individuals who are going through certain struggles in their life is very important. We need facilities like Barrios Unidos, organizations like Barrios Unidos to be able to be the bridge for individuals that are struggling to get back to a sustainable life. And that doesn't happen without that love and without that understanding and without putting in that hard work and without being a guide and a facility, a place like Barrios Unidos is just that, it's that bridge.
We have had fundraisers here before, obviously, and we had Frito pie sales. And last year and the years before, we've had our recovery celebration here on the premises with prayer, ceremony.
Yeah, it's very important for individuals to take that place as leaders in the community when it comes to things like addiction. It's important that we have those types of people like Lupe in our community who have seen firsthand what addiction can do to family members and knowing the pain that comes along with it, and not just sitting there and seeing it happen and wishing that something can change, but actually being a voice and being the change. Actions always speak louder than words, and somebody like Lupe has always been that person of action. And you can see it in Barrios Unidos and everything in the quilts that are here behind me, the action and the love that she puts into, again, being that bridge for individuals that are going through things. And a lot of times when individuals don't have that experience of what it's like to be an addict, they don't understand. They don't understand. And that's not their fault, because they just don't have that background to have that understanding. And so it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a community leader. It takes a lot to step out of your comfort zone. It takes a lot to give your life to something that you're that passionate about. And when you're as passionate about a community as Lupe is and Barrios Unidos is, then that's the spark that begins a fire for change.
This place is so full of love, so full of bendiciones, so full of amor. Everybody, she welcomes anybody that walks in that door. It doesn't matter what time it is, she welcomes them.
I chose Barrios Unidos because when there's addiction, you still have like family, but a lot of it's gone. It's barren, and so that seemed to fit right at the beginning, that we were going to like rebuild or reawaken community so that we would be able to take care of each other.